Hello guys, welcome back. Starting from the BTC under a weekly time frame. However, before we start, if you guys learning and enjoying from the contents, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and activate the bell so you do not miss the accurate market updates. Weekly time frame. We did close last night the weekly candle. However, the weekly time frame doesn't look good. As you remember, in the last 3 weeks with these 3 candles, this was a nice bullish candle. And in the last week, I was expecting another bullish candle, the green one, in order to confirm the last week's candle. However, we didn't get it, and as a result, we had a bearish engulfing candle. As long as on the daily time frame, if we're going to have a higher lows, then I would consider we are safe and further consolidation might take in the market. When the price actually broke the 57,000 on the daily time frame that we said, there will be harsh decline in the market, and as a result we saw 50% dump in the market. Also, I had a questions regarding how long this might last. So usually this type of consolidation will last around 2 to 4 months, and we will see how it goes. Before we move on to the daily time frame, the levels that we need to break is going to be around 36,500. That's going to be primary support under a weekly time frame. Moving on to the daily time frame, and as you can see from the south, we have a higher low structure. As long as we're going to remain above the previous low, which was on the 19th of May, above $30,000, then I would consider that we're going to be safe. Otherwise, we've got a higher time frame support and resistance. Now, as you remember, 382 is around $27,000, which is a mirror image of the 618. And if we're going to come around there, I'm expecting that this level should hold. However, we've got support at around $30,000 and $31,000 that we're going to be looking at under lower time frames. Moving on to a 4-hour time frame. Before we move on to the multiple time frame analysis, I would like to recap from the last videos. As soon as we hold the level of 31,000 and we had a bullish confirmation under the lower time frame, we went all the way up and saw a rejection from the resistance number 1, retested the support number 1 perfectly, and since then we headed towards the upside. Also, we had a beautiful confirmation under 2-hour and 4-hour time frames, and that was expected. However, as I said in the last video, as long as we're going to be losing this area of 36,300, we may go towards the south at around support number 1. And that was a less likely scenario because 1-hour time frame already started moving towards the bearish territory. 2-hour entered into the consolidation zone. However, I was expecting that this zone supposed to hold, but as you can see, I updated via my Twitter account. If you're not following me, you can follow at CryptoMagnate8, and instant and market updates you can get via Twitter. So via Twitter, I mentioned that 2-hour time frame moved towards the bearish, and as well as 4-hour started fainting, and as a result we saw this minor dump retested perfectly. That, as you can see, week to week rejection, it didn't allow to go inside the resistance number 1. I will show you on the lower time frame, and we tried over 24 hours and bulls couldn't manage. So as a result, today we saw this dump in the market. So from the last video, if someone took it, as I said, all the way up to this level, you've been already up by 12% spot profit. That was the expected level, and that connected by losing on the 2-hour time frame the resistance lower line of this resistance number 1. We went all the way up to support number 1, and that was updated, as I said, via my Twitter account. Before we move on to multiple time frame analysis, if you want to learn all these technical analysis what I'm showing, and if you want to become an independent professional trader, or you're interested in the institutional trading system, you can message me via Telegram at Magnate8, and one-on-one intense mentorship is available. It only takes you 5 to 10 hours to master. And during the course, you will learn day trading, i.e. scalping, swing, and as well as the long-term as an investor trading systems. Moving on to our analysis. As I said, 4-hour time frame, as soon as we lost the lower line of this resistance number 1, which is around 36,300, we moved towards the bear zone. Also, in the last video, I mentioned that if we could not manage to break the upper line of this resistance in order to go up, then on the lower time frame, as you remember, 1-hour, 2-hour time frame started flashing a bearish signal. So within 20 to 72 hours, we couldn't manage to break the above, and as a result, we saw this type of dump in the market. In order to be bullish, in the coming days, it will take 48 to 72 hour plus we have to break the upper line of this resistance number 1 in order to go up. However, this is less likely at the moment. We are here to trade the probabilities, not the certainties. So at the moment, 4 hour is heavily under the bear's control. Moving on to 2 hour time frame. A few days ago, as soon as 2 hour time frame entered into the resistance number 1, we entered into the consolidation. However, breaking the resistance number 1 from the south, we entered into the bear's control. Retested it perfectly, it didn't happen, and then we came as expected to support number 1. However, second time retest, and then bears rejected hardly, and we saw a sharp decline in the market. On the 2 hour time frame, if someone took this signal after my Twitter announcement, you've been already up by nearly 9.5% spot profit. 10 times leverage, that would have been giving you 95% profit. The bullish confirmation on the 2 hour time frame is going to be at around 38,000, 38,500 level. However, it is too early for us to talk about it. There's going to be this support number 1 is going to be upper line of this support number 1. It will act as a resistance. In order to break that, we have to claim this support, and then we are good to go towards the upside. Again, the main resistance is going to be at around 38,000 and 38,500. Moving on to 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, the bear signal confirmed at around $38,000. As soon as we broke this resistance, upper line of this resistance number 1, we entered into the bear's control. So that was covered in the previous video. As you can see on the lower time frame, how many hours, how many candles that took a battle at around upper line of this resistance number 1. Week to week, candle to candle, got rejection from the lower line of this resistance number 1. So as a result, we saw another dump in the market. In order to be bullish on the 1 hour time frame, we have to manage to break 24 to 48 hours lower line of this resistance number 1. That's going to be at around 36,000 and 36,100 level. Moving on to Ethereum, bear in your mind we had 2 resistance above us and 2 support down below. However, these 2 support acting as a resistance at the moment. I added the new support that's been taken from the previous price actions, and also we had a main and important level of which I covered in the last video, that this black line at around $2,000 and $2,050. And this is actually, as I said, if we're going to lose on the higher time frame this level, and then this will lead in the market that a trend change might happen. However, at the moment it is too early for us to talk about it, and we will be watching closely in the coming 24 to 48 hours whether we're going to break or stay above this level. Daily time frame, as soon as we broke that 382 level, also lower line of this resistance, as you can see, we went towards the downside and we saw a 30% dump in the market. Moving on to 4 hour time frame. In the last few weeks that we've been talking about, the condition of the Ethereum is worse than BTC. As you can see, we kept printing a lower highs, and also we had a lower low structure. And this price action was fake out, and as soon as we broke this support number 2, we entered into the bearish territory, as I mentioned in the previous videos. In order to be bullish on the 4 hour, in the coming days, we have to break and stay above at around 2,300, 2,400 in order to go to test 382 level, which is going to be around 2,700 and 2,800 levels. Moving on to 2 hour time frame. The support number 1 on the 2 hour time frame is going to be the main resistance in order to go to up, or whether we're going to get a further rejection from the bears. So it's going to be at around 2,300 and 2,400 levels. If in the coming days we're going to claim 2,400 level, and then we have a chance to go further up. However, the market doesn't look good. We might see a further consolidation in the market. 1 hour time frame. As soon as we broke the support number 2, we entered into bear zone, retested perfectly. Since then, we are under the bear's control. In order to be bullish under 1 hour, in the next 24 to 48 hours, we have to break the 2,250 level, the lower line of this support number 1, and then we will have a chance to go further up. However, I don't trust during this market the lower time frame. I will wait for a confirmation on that 4 hour time frame for the Ethereum. And this is the bullish and bearish scenario, and we came to an end of this episode too. If you guys enjoyed it, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.